that flea flicker play, I'll never forget it. That was a sure Baltimore touchdown that they missed. Now the half's over. The Jets are leading 7-0. The bands are on the field, and Dero Goddess, my partner, and I are in the back of our booth having a cup of coffee. And I said to Al, who all along thought the Jets would win, I said, Al, hey, we really got something here. I told you, he says, the Jets are going to win this game. I said, you really think so? He says, I really do. He says, they're outplaying the Colts. Plus, the Colts aren't playing their best. So we went into that second half, 7-0 Jets, and we had some real drama on our hands here. You know, I've broadcast sports for 50 years, and I've been lucky. I've done World Series, NCAA tournaments, 18 or 20 of them, 8 Super Bowls, a lot of Rose Bowls, Orange Bowls, Olympics, 8 Olympics. But as I look back, my most memorable game was Super Bowl III because of its importance, its historical importance, and one of the biggest upsets of all times in sports. That Super Bowl III will always hang in my mind as not the greatest game I ever called, but the best and most memorable event of my broadcasting career.
When we return, the second half of Super Bowl III.
Fumble, and it's a New York recovery.
At halftime, it was just upsetting because we knew that we had a lot of opportunities, and yet it didn't show on the scoreboard. And any time that you go through those situations, you hope that it doesn't come back to haunt you. In coaching, you always want to stress that you've got to take advantage of the opportunities that you have to put points up there, and we didn't in that first half.
They saw a little sense of urgency, I think. They sensed that they had to do something right now, because you could tell it walking off the field at halftime, looking in their faces, that those guys said, well, we were 18, 19, 21 points favored, and now we haven't scored a point. What's going on out here? What are we doing?
New York will kick off. 7-0 Jets, a big surprise here in Miami. They're in white, the Jets. Curly Johnson kicks it off. And it's down to Brown on the goal line. Brown's out to the 5, the 15, and he goes down on his own 25-yard line. Hit there by Bill Rademacher and also Mark Smolinski. Well, here's the stats in the first half. The Jets hold the edge in first downs 10-6. Baltimore rushing 92-70. The Jets hold the edge in passing. Namath has hit 10 out of 16. Morrow 5 out of 15. The Jets intercepted 3 of Morrow's passes. Now let's see what Baltimore does. Ball is handed off to Tom Matte. And Matte's fumbled, and it's a New York recovery. Ralph Baker on the ball. The hit by Verlin Biggs.
During the 1968 season, Baltimore had been flawless in their execution. Their sudden descent into being an error-prone team was one of Super Bowl III's most puzzling developments.
That's what the odds makers took a look at. They said, hey, here's a team that's full of veterans. They're not going to make the mistakes. On that day, we made a lot of mistakes. We got the ball on the first drive, and I had a big long run, and damned if I didn't fumble.
Jets are leading 7-0 early in the third quarter. They're on the Baltimore 33. It's to Boozer. Boozer at the 30 and down to the 25-yard line. A run of 8. Don Shinnick and Dennis Gaubat on the tackle. So it's now second down, 2 to go. And New York is threatening again. Matt Snell bucking off the right side of his line. Goes to the Baltimore 22 where Bubba Smith, the big left end, brought him down. It's another New York Jet first down. The Jets now have 11 first downs, Baltimore 6. Cross buck to Boozer. Boozer spinning, trying to slash his way. Can't quite make it. Met by Mike Curtis. There's Johnny Unitas warming up. He's had a muscle tear in his right elbow all year. He's coming along slowly. He may be in here before this one's over. The Colts have not scored today. Second down, 7. The Jets on the Baltimore 19. Namath the throw again. Out to the right. It's to Snell. And Snell has been outstanding today. Running, pass protecting as a blocker. Catching the ball on swing passes. Unitas facing that sideline. One of the all-time greats.
The Jets stayed with a simple offensive scheme, but by the third quarter they were mixing things up and not dependent on attacking Baltimore's left side.
It could have been that end zone. It could have been that end zone, Johnny. Jay Shrimp, it is good footing down there. It is not good footing down. I come back with the same thing.
We moved the ball around a little bit because Baltimore would take away one thing, we'd go to the next. You know, you're not going to just keep being successful against any of Don Shula's teams, or that Colt team, certainly.
Baltimore called one of the greatest defensive teams of all.
We had Mathis, we had Boozer, we had Snell and Lamons, and we used them all year long, and they saved us all year long or won for us, you know, and moving the ball around a little bit was basically dictated by what Baltimore's defense was doing.
Although Bubba Smith did sack Namath for a 9-yard loss, on the following play, Baltimore let a golden opportunity to stop the Jets slip through their hands.
Here's Namath.
Look at that time.
Oh, it's nearly picked off by Jerry Logan, who cut in front of Pete Lamont, and Logan could have gone all the way. The Colts have had trouble hanging on to the ball today. Several drop passes. Logan drops what could be a possible touchdown.
They had a star, not too much. Yeah, I know. But if I could have seen Brady, but see, yeah, well, see what I should have done. I should have went in and then back to the outside. Because I had it on last time. I tried to get the ball away. I had a 60-yard rip on. But they didn't take it. But they checked it off. Did you check it though? Yeah, I checked the line. I had something else on it.
Here's a 32-yard field goal attempt by Jim Turner. Babe Pirelli holding. Turner missed one earlier. Once again, we still have that tricky crosswind. The kick is up, and it is good.
I would have loved to have had a touchdown there and made it 14-0, but 10-0, that meant a whole lot to us because it meant that they had to get on the board twice.